Hello again. Well, today I took delivery of a new addition to the collection, and it took a bit of getting home. I've taken all the contents out because it weighs a ton. Elvis Prodigy of SUN. So we have this substantial box. Now this takes Elvis's life from his birth up to the end of the Sun period, and it covers the Presley family and their ancestors, the places they lived, the places he went to school, the cinemas he went to, the music he liked, interviews with people who knew him, had dealings with him. I was surprised at the number of photographs that I've never seen before. So there are two hardback books, but before we get to those, it comes with this 10-inch album, which contains My Happiness, That's When Your Heartaches Begin, I'll Never Stand in Your Way, It Wouldn't Be the Same Without You, Harbour Lights, Trying to Get to You, and then 4 recordings from the Louisiana Hayride, Little Mama, Hearts of Stone, Tweedledee, and I Forgot to Remember to Forget. And the disc itself has a Sun label. Now you can buy the album on its own, but they're asking a lot of money for it. The other thing that comes with it is this packet, which contains 9 bonus photos. So I'll take one out just to give you an idea. But of course the main part of this set are the books. So here is volume 1. I'll give you a quick idea of what these contain. I'm pleased to say the text is a decent size. So there is Elvis in the middle, wearing some glasses. In the description it says he had blonde hair and large piercing blue eyes, and you can see the beginning of the crooked smile starting to form. So here's when Vernon went to prison. Now he was actually released early. It made the newspapers. Prisoners get 5 suspensions, and he is actually mentioned. So there's information about the various areas that the Presleys lived in. There's a family tree. Various members of the Presley family. And the Smiths, of course. I'll try and pick out some photographs that you might not have seen. So there's Elvis and his cousin at a fair, Gladys and Vernon. So you have various buildings that played a part in Elvis's early life are shown. That was Elvis age 12. I haven't had a chance to actually read the text yet. The place where Elvis bought his first, where Gladys bought Elvis's first guitar is shown. Elvis with an early girlfriend. We see him growing up. There are class photos. Elvis with Vernon. Elvis's report cards from school. He got an A for music. Gladys with a very protective hand around the young Elvis. And we get scenes from around Memphis at this particular time. Elvis with his bike. So there was obviously a treasure trove of family photographs at Graceland, and they've obviously had access to it. So at Lauderdale Courts, wearing a very jazzy looking shirt. And he said even as a young boy he stood out. He wouldn't conform. He wore what he liked, wore his hair how he liked it. With friends. Wearing the cowboy hat. Elvis with his cousin Bobby Smith. I've never seen this before. His work ID when he worked at Precision Tool Company. And that's the picture. Ooh, I'll get it in. That was 1951. He actually appeared in the Memphis Press Scimitar in 1953. There was an article about parking at some event, and they were measuring his car where it was parked, which is a nice find. So Elvis and the OTC. ROTC, sorry. It appears in various pictures there. Performing at the Louisiana Hayride. So we're on page 186 and he's just brought in the Sun Studios. So they talk about some of the artists that Sam was recording at the time, like the Prisoners. Goes into Lansky's. Elvis's school diploma. And the class photos again where he's included. Various other... I won't try and point him out because it's too small for you to see. But he's in all these pictures. There are interviews with school friends. At the time Elvis's Cadillac caught fire. Oops. Try not to drop the book. Elvis and his date, a high school dance. And with another girl. Looking very cool in his sunglasses. Dressed as a cowboy at a fair. And it goes into Scotty and Bill. And Elvis's first recordings. Dewey Phillips. And this is, of course, chronological. Bob Neal. Elvis performing at the Eagle's Nest. And there are various adverts, advertising his shows. We're starting to see the look forming. And there are plenty of photographs that I'm not showing you. Backstage at a show. So the end of the first volume brings us up to the end of 1954. So we have some more shows. So now we're on volume 2, which is even bigger. So this opens 1955. Elvis performing January the 1st, 1955. See, the decorations are up. Already signing autographs. Surrounded by girls, as he would be for the rest of his life. A great colour photo on stage in his pink outfit. More live shots. Lots of live photos from various performances. Now, the reason I'm showing you so much of this is a very expensive set, so for a lot of people it's probably going to be too expensive. But everyone should get a chance to look. A quote from Buddy Holly. Elvis in front of a Hank Snow poster. More pictures of Elvis with girls. More live pictures. More live pictures. Elvis in Texas. After a show, holding a gun. Who knew that there were so many pictures from this period? Great colour picture. Talking about various cars that he bought. Not sure what he's holding in his hand though. Interesting shots. Signing autographs. Drinking Coke. It's an unusual picture. Doing some kind of publicity, riding on the bonnet of his car. Jimmy Rogers Day Fate. He appears to be singing there with a man and a woman sharing the microphone. I wonder what they were singing. A lot more live shows. Lots of live shows. Some more colour shots. So this is July 4th, 1955 in Texas, and it says Elvis sang the old wooden church, precious memories known only to him, and just a closer walk with thee. An early photo session. Various photos from that session, including the shirtless pictures. This really is a treasure house of photographs. There are so many in here that I've never seen. And I'm flicking through pages, and it's just full. Two versions of the famous picture that was used on the album, the first album cover. From slightly different angles. Not quite sure what's happened there. Elvis with Wanda Jackson. Cleaning his car. Singing on the back of a truck. Another couple of nice colour shots. So his early years are actually really well documented in photograph. And Elvis at the country jamboree. It shows various places that he performed. He seemed to like the Mid-South Fair. He seems to be there most years. Thankfully we're getting close to the end because this is getting heavier. Oh. I think you'll agree, a superb selection of very rare photographs. I can't see there ever being a book that beats this for Elvis's early years. And throughout it all he seems to be really enjoying himself. There's a young pretender with a guitar. So we're at October 1955. The annual Country and Western Music Disc Jockey Convention in Nashville. He appears to have a pipe in his mouth, which I'm sure is a joke. More Louisiana Hayride performances. So it's surprising just how many of these early shows were photographed. A shot from the side. Okay, then we get to Elvis signing for RCA, various photographs, documents, letters and agreements. Information on the first recording session. Elvis in the studio. If only he knew what he was recording at that moment. December 55. That. So I will now go through and read it. God, that was hard work. So a really nice set. Probably the definitive look at those early years. The next video is probably going to be roustabout. So that'll be coming hopefully in the next few days. So till next time, bye for now.